right.
Yeah. And who
Oh shit,
knows?
we're live, gentlemen. Holy crap.
Live.
It has
What's
begun.
Man, Don, you got no introduction stuff, man?
Yeah, I know I need a theme song, but
You
I don't
know?
know how to do all that.
Tex will do it for you. He knows how to do that.
It's got to be the right theme song, though. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
can, you know how to add music to your library, right?
Yeah, but I feel like Tex will make it all country style.
Well,
And
no, you
that's
can do
not
your.
really me.
No, it's definitely not you, but you can go into YouTube Studio and there's free music.
Yeah.
They even have K-pop.
Oh, okay. YouTube
You just got,
Studio?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, everybody in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of country music, but I appreciate that other people enjoy it. Randy, are you a fan of country?
I'm a fan of country. Yes.
Okay, so I guess that means your favorite artist is Beyonce because she is
Actually,
the best
and
country
this is
singer.
you're going to hear a lot of people kind of get mad at me about that because I actually listened to the song. I haven't listened to the whole
Mhm.
album, obviously, but I listened to the song, and it's not a bad song. I mean, and the girl
Is it
can
country?
sing. I don't think anything that any of them do now is country to me, though. Half
Well,
the
she's
time.
been deemed the greatest country singer now by the Grammys. So
Yeah, well,
out to your
Well,
queen.
let me
Out to your
think about
queen.
this for a second. Yeah, the Grammys mean what to me? Nothing.
that's all the far left radicals.
They
Yeah,
were the
screw them.
same ones that gave Jethro Tull a Grammy for best heavy metal performance. Okay, I don't want to talk about the
Oh
Grammys.
my God. Are you kidding me? He ain't no hard
Yeah,
rock.
1988.
Yeah,
1988. I guarantee it.
He plays violin and stuff.
And
and
flute.
they
Which flute?
snubbed BTS, so fuck those people. That's what,
Yeah, well, like I said, anything Academy Awards, the
yeah,
Oscars, the
I'm not
Emmys,
into those. No.
I'm not into
Yeah,
none of them now. I
I
could
don't
care
watch
less.
it. I don't even. I couldn't tell you a popular actor from current time.
Well,
Yeah.
look at a few years back. You had Slumdog Millionaire wins Best Picture, right?
Yeah, I never even
Yeah.
watched it.
I tried to sit through it. I made it through 15 minutes or so of it while everybody else was watching. I fell asleep. This
Yeah. No,
was so
I
stupid.
got pissed off when Beautiful Mind beat out Lord of the Rings. I was like, what the hell is this
Yeah,
bullshit?
yeah. The
Who's
first one,
Lord
the
of the
Fellowship of the
Rings?
Ring.
Yeah.
That
And
yeah,
lost
because
his
Return of the
Beautiful
King
Mind.
did take it, but I was like, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Beautiful Mind. While it was okay, I would not have picked it as Best Picture.
Yeah, and I watched that movie. It wasn't even that good. It was about
Yeah,
what? Some retarded Princeton professor? Who gives a shit?
yeah,
There's like dragons and like hobbits and shit, man.
yeah. No kidding. I'm with you
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah,
And
I'll take that.
you've got Ian McKellen. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, come on
Fucking
now,
wizards.
Gandalf. Come on, it's
Gandalf,
Gandalf.
man, facing off against the Balrog and then they had to lose that to Russell
Exactly.
Crowe and that
How
bullshit.
do
I
you
mean,
get any better than that? You know?
yeah, it's lame. Anyway, you know what's not lame, gentlemen? The Super Bowl. And tomorrow is going to be, you know what? I've come to the conclusion that the Super Bowl at this point is now an American holiday. It is. As a matter of fact, I would consider it probably top 10 in American holidays.
They're trying to make it that way.
Yeah,
I think it's been.
it's been there
Well,
for a while.
I mean, an actual federal holiday. It's been. I
Yeah.
think they just submitted another bill for it. It had never passed before, but I know in the Army we always got the Monday after the Super Bowl off. Period,
Well,
because they knew we were going to be wasted.
what's funny if you guys take a look back. Okay, Thanksgiving, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving is surprisingly the biggest bar night of the year, and I knew that from owning a bar.
Mhm.
And then the second one, of course, was St. Patrick's Day, but Thanksgiving Wednesday surpassed St. Patty's Day. But do you know that, and with all these other holidays we have, 4th of July, sometimes 4th of July comes on a Wednesday.
Hey,
Yeah.
Maybe
Hey,
Krista.
hey.
Sometimes 4th of July comes on a Wednesday and then Thursday, and people take time off. But the biggest day of the year for people to call in sick, they call it with the Super Bowl flu on Monday. The
Yep.
biggest day in
the
America.
Monday after Super Bowl.
True
People
story.
Yep.
Well, yeah, because they're all hung over.
Yeah, but then if you think about all these other real holidays where people party down, hey, they make it to work, I don't know. It's
Well,
weird.
But you think about it a little bit, the party holidays and stuff. You're thinking about you got days after it that you're already off anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, a lot of times
So-
I do you're right, Randy. During the holidays, I usually partied up that week and not too much on Christmas Day. In fact, I don't do shit on Christmas Day except
Yeah.
chill out with my pajamas.
That's what we do.
Okay, let me ask you guys: if you have to rank the holidays in terms of personal importance, like how much you actually stop what you're doing or plan for or do stuff for, where does Super Bowl rank it for you?
3.
Behind
Christmas and Halloween,
Christmas, Halloween, then Super Bowl?
pretty much, because
Okay.
it doesn't matter who's in the Super Bowl. I'm watching it for the commercials. I don't care. I'm watching for the commercials. Trust me, the last 30 years I have had no reason to watch. Okay.
Being down there in Texas and all,
Yeah. Yeah.
Krista, how about you? Where does Super Bowl rank for you in terms of holidays?
Well, like tomorrow, I'm not going anywhere or doing anything, but like the family, we're making appetizers and dips and things like that. So it's kind of like a holiday, I guess you could say, for me. So we'll be there watching it. It's it's not like Christmas or the 4th of July or Halloween. Those are my 3 tops, but it's right there.
Yeah, that's a good. Boy, Donnie, it's a tough question because I would rank it differently. Like, if you're talking about partying, good, just kicking back with your friends and family, have a few beers. I'm going with number 1 for me would be 4th of July weekend.
Me too. That is absolutely my favorite holiday.
And then I will go Thursday, Thanksgiving Thursday. It actually starts Thanksgiving Wednesday and Thursday all the way through the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. They're both my favorite all-time holidays. But when it comes to like getting together and just throwing down, number 3 would be Super Bowl. Although I must admit, I've stayed home the last 2 Super Bowls because I have the Detroit Lions Blues the last 2 years. So
Do
I
you have
had
the Lions Blues this year?
Huh?
Do you have the Lions Blues this year?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big time. Yeah.
I think I'm with him on that one, actually.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
they were so close the last 2 years after being so far. I mean, how can you not root for them, really? Even if you're not from Detroit. I mean, I was a casual Lions fan, and I've been rooting for them the last couple of years. So I mean,
just
why
because
not?
they hadn't been there.
But you know,
exactly.
And
exactly.
for me, I got you, Paul. And thanks, Randy, for enjoying it. You called me when they lost that game. We commiserated. You helped me. You got me through a tough day. But I will say this: since I'm such a loyal and diehard fan, we lost Hutchinson, which sucked. But that I was kind of preparing myself for the Lions not to make it to the Super Bowl because we lost 20 dudes, man. 6 of them were starters on defense. I knew we wouldn't make it. So I kind of, in my mind, I started preparing myself for the inevitable. I mean, it was a game too early. If you ask me, though, Randy, they should have been watching.
Oh, yeah. They should have been at least in the daggum.
But the Eagles would have smashed them, I think, because we had no defense. So now back to next year, and hopefully next year we play the Chiefs because the Chiefs are going to be going for their 4th Super Bowl. That's
I'm good with them winning this year. And then I agree. Next year we need someone else.
I'm Eagles all the way. I'm Eagles all the way.
Oh,
tomorrow.
you don't count, Paul. Hush.
Yeah, we're not talking to you.
I
cannot root for the Eagles.
chucking batteries like Santa.
I got to tell you, of all the sports guys I've met in my life, Paul's a little unusual bird. He lives in Missouri, yet outside of the Missouri Tigers, is it? What's the name? Okay,
Tigers.
That's your team. But then you like the Buckeyes. I can't figure that out.
Well, the only reason
the Philly, I know you have family, I guess you're saying. Then you'd like the Philly over your home state Chiefs. You're quite an odd bird.
So the thing I guess the thing for me is when the Rams came here, everybody's like, "Oh my God, we're Rams fans now." I'm like, you know what? I grew up I got into football pretty much after the Cardinals left here,
Yep.
And I was every week I was watching the game of the week. This was before cable and everything. I was watching the best game of the week, and it was very rarely it was the Rams. So I'm like, no, I don't like the Rams. They're not my team. I was a casual fan of them.
Yeah.
But you know, when the Rams left, oh, we're going to throw our support to Kansas City. Well, you know what? No, I don't really care. You know, I like the Lions because they were the underdogs for so long, and you know, after they win a couple, it's going to be, you know, another team's going to be an underdog, and I'm going to support them. I like watching really good football. You know. And I really don't have a team. And for a while, it was the Broncos, and then the Bills and stuff. So you know, I'm all over the place with football.
Hey, Paul, man, that must have been a cool Freudian slip. You said after the Lions win a couple. Thank you, man. So you predicted.
Yeah, actually, Rob, this past football season, I actually prepared a special meme for you to celebrate the Lions winning because I thought the Lions were going to win. I didn't know anything about their odds, but I was hopeful.
Yeah.
And I made this. The Lion of Detroit.
Oh my God, Johnny.
That's hilarious.
Oh, you got to save that for next year, man.
When they win.
Yeah. Oh my, that's awesome.
So unfortunately, I heard you know, you were very sad the Lions did not win. So I want to make a consolation.
Yeah. No,
that's a consolation meme. So I made this one instead. Welcome to Detroit.
Oh boy, look at that!
Oh
dude.
God, that's
Yeah.
too funny.
I look like a badass.
I saw the first one. I didn't see this one. This one caught me off guard.
Yeah. All right. I like that, man. Save those, man. We'll use them next year.
Oh, I'm saving them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, we are here to celebrate the Super Bowl. So guys,
celebrate the Chiefs.
The what?
I'm kidding. The Chiefs.
Oh, we're celebrating the Chiefs.
We're here celebrating the Chiefs.
So wait, why does Paul hate the Chiefs? I thought they represent your state. Do you?
I don't hate the Chiefs.
Yes, he does.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know, the first two, I was all for them winning. And you know, like you said before, two is enough. I want to see them. I want to see somebody else win.
Here's my thing, though, Paul, and I agree with you. I do. If I wasn't so, I don't care about the Super Bowl this year. But for me, I also like history. And I like to see Mahomes get history. Much like I like what Brady got the history, you know, even though I went to Michigan, so I got always root for Brady. But but so for history, then after this year, it's all an open mix. Detroit can play whoever next year. I don't care who it is. If we go.
Now, here's my question, though. You say you got to root for Brady because he went to Michigan or whatever, but he didn't start or play a single down or game in Michigan.
You know what? Henson played most, started, he finished.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, that's a good point, Randy. You know,
he didn't from high school until he came in for Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
He didn't actually. He barely played, and he never started.
Hey, dude, as you well know, Tom Brady was a nobody. Last pick in the draft, fifth round pick. I mean, certainly. I don't understand how he just turned it on because he was not
turned into a savant.
Yeah, you know, he wasn't. He wasn't. Hell, you know what? He's not even the best athlete. Good arm. He can't run either.
Can't run worth a lick.
He's not mobile.
Yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah,
but Tom Brady is football Jesus.
Yeah.
That depends on who you talk to. If you're up in New England, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, so I actually went around to celebrate Rob's appearance. I actually went around collecting some Michigan football memes. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a football fan, so I don't know shit about football, so I don't know the context of these memes. But maybe if I show them, maybe you guys might understand some of the context. Let's look at the first one.
I'm almost scared.
Yeah, I know.
Michigan be like, we won the coin toss. Yay.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Yeah.
Does this make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about this one? What's a Super Bowl, Daddy? I don't know, son.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
That's wrong.
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
Was that too soon?
Too soon.
Yeah, too soon.
Oh, that's
good.
That's terrible. Yeah.
I thought people were messing with me about my Cowboys, but that was even worse than
Oh,
that.
that was terrible.
That one was hitting below the belt.
Yeah.
Okay,
Several
so
times.
Rob, as a discouraged Lions fan, I remember I was there with you when the Lions lost the previous season.
Yeah,
Right? You were heartbroken then. We had a special football episode, if you remember, last year.
I remember. Yeah.
Comparing that loss versus the loss for this football season, which one was the more discouraging for you personally, and why?
Last year. Last year is because we were 30 minutes away from going to the Super Bowl, and now we blew it. Okay. So that was this year. I kind of prepared myself, as I said earlier. I knew they weren't going this year because of the injuries.
Yeah.
And, I knew they weren't going to go as far as last year. I mean, it's kind of discouraging they lost to Washington, but now looking back, I don't really care. Hell, the 15-2 season, big deal. Who cares? You got nothing to show for it.
Dang good though, because
you have a good. Well, it helps out your record for the future.
And y'all beat the Eagles, right?
No, I don't think we played the Eagles. We just played Dallas. We only played Dallas out of your division.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason I was thinking y'all played the Eagles too, because it's like, didn't y'all have the bye?
We had a bye, but we didn't play the Philadelphia though. I didn't remember that game for sure. We played them the other year, and they beat us the other year. The previous season they beat us by like first game of the year, I think.
I was thinking that y'all played them sometime during the year, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
Tell me if this meme makes sense to you guys. Mistakes were made. 2015.
I remember that guy. That guy's an idiot.
Yeah, that's
Did he really get that?
Yeah, he did. That's real.
Oh man.
I wonder if he still has it.
Yeah, I actually seen an update. He put a line through it, and they put 26. He put something else, and the new number on it
for this year.
Yeah, 2026 now. He's got like 2 lines through it now.
Oh geez.
He's gonna go run down his whole arm. Hopefully not.
Wow.
Funny.
Yeah, I would never do that.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah, wait till they win it and then do it.
I mean,
that's just dumb. Like seriously.
Hey, it's Brian Bowden. Hey,
Brian.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
Brian. Long time no see.
Yeah. We just talked to somebody that looked just like you.
Yeah.
So this is the thumbnail I originally made for this episode. Pennsylvania versus Kansas.
I like that. Yeah.
Kansas City Royals.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realize Kansas City was in Missouri and not Kansas, which is
yeah.
What's the deal with that? That's stupid.
So
why do they call it Kansas City if it's in Missouri?
So both St. Louis and Kansas City. So St. Louis has a St. Louis, Missouri, and then St. Louis has an East St. Louis. Now, and that is on the Illinois side. Kansas has Kansas City, Missouri, and Kansas City, Kansas. True story. Both major cities.
Kansas City and Kansas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I know East St. Louis over in Illinois, you don't want to be caught over there. I'm not so sure about Kansas City, Kansas. How that
actually Kansas City, Kansas is really nice.
Kansas City, Kansas, in Missouri.
No, there's Kansas City, Kansas. Oh, so and then there's Kansas City, Missouri. So the Super Bowl and all of that, all the baseball teams are on the Missouri side. You cross over into Kansas.
Just as perplexed as I am. So wait, there's 2 Kansas Cities?
Yes, there is.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So let me ask you guys. Okay, so the Kansas City Chiefs, which is in Missouri, is playing in the Super Bowl. So the people in Kansas, are they pro the Chiefs because they, it's got their name, or do they absolutely fucking hate them? Because I've noticed sports people, they seem to hate the next state over. Like Michigan people hate Ohio, Oklahoma hates Texas,
Cardinals hate the Cubs,
and vice versa.
Right.
Yeah.
So in Kansas City, like they're all one big happy family over there when it comes to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Everybody's all pro Chiefs.
Kansas City, Missouri
and Kansas.
And Kansas.
They're all about the Chiefs.
Now wait a minute. And you talking about the state of Kansas or Kansas and Missouri?
Both the Missouri side and the Kansas side of Kansas City.
Okay.
Yeah. And just like he was saying, like Paul said, like Missouri on the St. Louis side, like the St. Louisans, we don't like the Cubs up in Chicago, and vice versa. They're not Cardinals fans, on a baseball type thing.
Yeah. Well, your town though is, the Chiefs are king, but you got the Cardinals are also king as well
in St. Louis.
In St. Louis. Okay.
It's all Cardinals here.
Yes, the Royals.
So, what about St. Louis? They don't really care about the Kansas City Chiefs. Is that correct?
Not like Kansas City.
Not everybody.
Obviously, Paul.
But you guys are like the same state. Why would
I never realized how whacked out Missouri is.
Well, you got to remember, St. Louis had a football team at one time, and they left here. So St. Louis was very bitter towards the NFL.
Yeah,
especially now after the Rams left.
Right?
Yeah,
they had theirs leave twice.
Teams because we used
kind of like New Jersey people with the Nets. I see. Okay.
And the thing about the St. Louis Rams that became the LA Rams, LA doesn't even recognize football. They got like 5 teams and they're all losing money. The fans, there's more fans for the opposing teams than any LA football team.
Yeah.
And it was funny when they were leaving here. The owner kept saying that we didn't support his team like other teams do. I mean, bullshit. I mean, we were there. We showed up. It's he from the second the Georgia Frontier, who was a female owner, the second she died, our fate was sealed going back to Los Angeles.
Like so confused. He's Canadian. He's like, I'm confused as shit.
Well, I understand I feel that, Mike, because Canada's not too far from me, and as they're confused, and you folks are all confused over.
Well, and even before the Rams, Paul, do you remember we had the Cardinals football?
Yeah.
We had
and we lost. We pretty much we wouldn't build them a stadium, a publicly funded stadium. That's why Bill Bidwell decided to leave and go out to Arizona.
Yeah, that's why St. Louis is bitter towards Kansas City and the Chiefs. Just saying, all that.
Yeah. Plus, the owner of the Kansas City Chiefs was the first one to vote for the Rams to move.
Correct.
To Los Angeles.
Yep.
So
nobody likes Los Angeles.
No.
Fuck LA.
No.
Right.
No.
I would have wanted to go to California, but now that's a big pass. I don't think I'll ever go.
Nah.
Neither.
You ain't missing much. I lived there for 6 months. You ain't missing much.
No.
My niece went to New York City. I know Brian's in the house. I don't mean to say anything bad about New York City, but she said it smelled the streets downtown by Times Square and all that.
Yeah.
I've never been. I don't know.
Yeah, it is one of the stinkier cities. Because I'm from New Jersey, I spent a lot of time there. Not the stinkiest city I've ever been to.
That have to be
in Asia to have interesting smells. Let's just say.
I wonder. It probably smells really bad down where they're playing the Super Bowl than New Orleans.
Yeah.
Not near as bad as what it does in Venice, Italy.
Oh yeah.
So there was a comment earlier. We need to take a bet on this, guys. And I don't remember who said it. I think it might have been Mike. He said, let's take a gamble, a bet on how many times they're going to show Taylor Swift during the Super
That's already a side bet in Vegas right now. It's actually already happening. Yes.
There's a plus or
Oh, yeah,
minus.
because she's dating one of the players.
She dating one of the players. Are you really asking?
God.
Yeah, he knows.
Johnny, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, if it ain't K-pop, I don't give a shit. You know that, guys. Come on. We already know. We already know that Beyonce's the queen of country music.
I
She's the best
I don't
country
know
singer
about
in
that
the universe.
one.
Yes, Taylor Swift is dating the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I thought that guy was the quarterback. I thought all the quarterbacks they date the
But
celebrities.
there is another side bet. How many times they're going to show Brittany Mahomes' butt too?
They'll probably sit right next to each other.
I actually did. I am going to have some sort of an enjoyment out of the Super Bowl because I did go on FanDuel. I have my sports betting app on my phone.
Uh-oh.
And I did a parlay.
Oh, you parlayed it?
Yeah, there was an over under for how many times the camera will go to Taylor Swift, and I took over 5.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah, I got that. So I put
You'll
10
win that
bucks
easy.
on it. I'll pay like $30 or something. So
Hey, that works. That's
Yeah.
$30. $30
Yeah,
bucks.
right.
$30.
mhm.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do a drinking game here. Whenever they show Taylor Swift, we're gonna take a shot at this house.
There you
So,
All
go.
right.
Yeah.
Well, let
There
me
you go. I like that
guys,
idea, Paul.
let me ask you guys a personal question then. How much do you guys get into with the betting on sports, football and stuff?
I didn't bet a
I
single
don't.
game this year.
No.
I don't either.
I won.
I don't.
No,
Did you used to?
the year before I did. Yeah, I did okay, but I'm the type of guy that when I fall in love with something like anything else, I don't stop. So I knew that eventually my money would be gone. So I said, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And that could be a very dangerous thing to do. Yeah.
Especially
Bet with the
now.
heart,
This
not
is-
the head,
Hey,
yeah.
listen, you know how hard it is? This is in your hand. And
Uh-huh.
they tease you with all these teaser bets. And you're like,
Mhm.
man, that's easy. And I've fallen into that trap and lost 90% of them.
Mhm.
So I don't do it. I don't even have no money on the account or nothing. In fact, I blocked my own account for putting money in it because,
Yeah.
especially if you're on a Sunday and you're drinking a few beers, you let your guard down a little bit. You're like, I'm gonna put $50 on it. Oh no, why'd I do that? Yeah.
Especially if you're going against the spread. That's the worst thing in
Yeah.
the world.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul, you never bet on football?
Never did.
Oh,
Never
you're
did.
not a gambler? You're not a gambling guy?
No, I the last time we were in a casino, we were playing blackjack. This was 15, 20 years ago, maybe somewhere in there. I was sitting at the table. I don't even think I was married yet. My wife was standing behind me, or I guess she was my girlfriend at the time. We actually got into an argument because I wanted to keep going and she wanted me to stop. So I'm like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I'm done. I'm not gonna do this.
Oh, you were getting too into it. Oh, I see.
Yeah. And I stopped. Like BMR said, you can lose way too much money on this. And it's, to me, that's not fun. If I'm losing money, I want to have fun losing it. I mean, that's not fun.
The only thing that I gamble on is fantasy football every year because we all put in money and you're gambling that you're going to pick a good team. And there's risk involved with that, though. You don't know if your team's going. I won the Super Bowl this year, by the way. But I tell you, the guy that really, and I had a great team. The other guy that could have beat me possibly, he lost 4 starters to injury. And so his team sucked the whole year. You know what I mean?
That's what happened to me.
Okay.
I had 4 guys went down within the first week. I had one that had an ACL, one that had I drafted Nick Chubb.
Oh boy, yeah.
But I drafted him because I knew he was going to come off of injured reserve.
Yeah.
So I got him, but there was a couple others that I had that went on injured reserve within the first week and a half to 2 weeks. I'm just like, what the hell do? You just ride it out. Here comes Nick Chubb back. He's back for 3 games and he's out again. I'm like,
yeah. Unfortunately, I think his career's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
I guess we got a whole bunch of paranormal cryptid people here in the chat and up here on the show. I guess I do have to ask y'all this question. Let's say you had a tamed or domesticated or trained Bigfoot, and the NFL comes up to you and says, will you please let us utilize your trained Bigfoot into our football games? Now, but you get to decide where to put him.
Yeah.
What would you have Bigfoot do? What position would you put him in? Or who would you have him play for?
Well, I would put him at defensive end or linebacker. I put him on the defense.
Yeah.
You put him on defense?
Yeah.
Until him attack.
Because if Bigfoot's on the defense, the offense ain't going to score a point.
No.
And if they want to use my Bigfoot, then they got to show me the money too.
Yeah.
They got to fork it over.
Because I just don't pimp my Bigfoot out,
No. There's a price. Yes, right.
Well, didn't basically the same thing happen with that donkey in the Disney movie that kicked the field goals?
Oh, I did not see that.
Yeah, it's out there. Don Knotts was in it too, actually.
Oh God.
It reminds me of that donkey Adam Sandler. I hated that movie.
See, I have a very different answer for what I would have Bigfoot do if I had him cast in football. I would have him be the one that makes out with Taylor Swift at the end of the game.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
He'd snap her in half.
Right?
Better yet,
Yeah.
watch him grab Travis Kelce and chunk him about 30 yards to the side. Out the
Right.
way, puke.
That's too funny.
I gotta retract that statement. I liked that movie with Adam Sandler when I was younger, but now I can't stand watching it. Just to retract.
Which one was it?
Yeah,
The
what's
longest yard?
It was.
Oh, no.
it was,
Was it Waterboy?
Francis's Waterboy. Yeah,
Waterboy.
Francis. I think his name was Francis.
Steve. That was the name. The donkey's name was Steve.
I like
Maybe you're
that.
all lowest. Nobody to keep me
Oh,
company.
I like
but
him on Saturday
Steve.
Night Live.
Mhm.
But anyway, not to change subject. But yeah,
So, okay, I've got a few more memes I'd like to share real quick because our time with Rob is limited. He does have a show in an hour, so he's got to dip out in like half. Got a few
Okay.
more. You tell me what you think. If you don't want Wolverines in your yard, put up goalposts.
oh man, yeah, I like it. I must admit,
That hurt.
Ron
That hurt.
Burgundy. Yeah, it hurt. Ron Burgundy. I like that.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, are the Wolverines that bad though? See, I didn't understand the context of this meme. I mean,
Well-
are they that terrible?
2 years ago, they were the national champions.
No, we were great during the Harbaugh
Yeah.
era. Well,
Oh,
second half, but we sucked.
Yeah. Yeah, but he had to build it up, and I'd say that
Yeah.
about all coaches. They got to have their time to build it up. So
But I tell you what, he's a good coach. Look what we did it with San Diego Chargers.
Yeah.
Well,
In
still
one
call
year,
it
too.
San Diego.
yeah,
They're-
1 year.
yeah.
So,
And he was great with the 49ers. Went to the Super Bowl after a few years, 4 or 5 years.
and Michigan could have been good this year. They just lost everybody to the draft.
Yeah.
Literally
And
everybody.
they didn't
Mhm.
recruit nobody. Now we have a 5-chip player at quarterback who's a beast, I guess. So we'll
Yeah.
see.
But
How
they
good
did
is
beat
he
Ohio
run
State
around
though.
for his life?
They do. We own your man just signed a $190 million deal or something, Paul.
Yeah. Some crazy.
Who? The
Ryan
quarterback?
Day.
Your coach of the
Oh,
Ohio
really?
State. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I guess that's what winning the national championship will get you.
wait.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So,
but you're
Paul,
supposed
explain
be
to me.
Michigan.
You are from Missouri. A team from Missouri is playing in the Super Bowl. Why are you rooting for the Eagles? Not just the fact that they're not Missouri, but aren't they like the most hated team in like the universe? Like
They're dirt
everyone
bags.
just hates their guts.
They're
The Eagles?
Dirtbags.
Are
Yeah,
the
they
Eagles?
they chuck batteries at Santa Claus. You got Michael
Yeah.
Vick who abuses dogs. Everyone in Philly is just abrasive. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to
go sit in a-
rethink this now.
Go
why
be a
do you cheer for
daggum
them?
a fan for the opposite team and sit in the stands of a Philadelphia Eagle game. See what
Oh
happens.
hell no. Hell no.
I'm
You
with
know,
you,
I-
Deborah.
I like, yep, Deborah. I agree. Commercials are
Watch for the
great.
commercials.
Yeah.
Budweiser usually puts the best ones out. At least they used to.
Speaking
So-
about really quickly, the Budweiser, the one thing I did bet on, because I don't bet the Super Bowl either. I do some squares, but I haven't done that in about a decade.
Yeah.
The last time I bet, though, you guys remember we were all probably all in our 20s when they had the Bud Bowl, Bud Light.
Yeah.
was
I
Bud
love
Light.
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
won
I
like
remember
80
that.
bucks on the squares on that.
Yeah.
Now that was
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the entertainment on some of these really bad Super Bowls back then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
really? Because I mean, hell, how many years did you could always count on a good Anheuser-Busch Budweiser commercial with the
Yep.
Clydesdale
With the
Mhm.
almost every year,
Mm-hmm.
and you could count on some really good Bud Light commercials usually.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't drink Budweiser or Bud Light, but
Yeah.
the commercials were worth watching.
See, I'm celebrating Super Bowl right now by drinking
with
Bud
the
Light.
Bud Light.
There you go.
Well,
There you go.
You know what, Donnie? Really
Mhm.
quickly, I'm a weird guy. I drink Bush Light. Okay. And
That's
it's hard-
also Anheuser.
Now, but listen though, in Michigan you can find it now because it's very popular now. But typically you can't find it. And when I went to St. Louis, we met up with Krista, and we went to the conference. We went to that little bar.
Mhm.
It was like Bush. It was in my glory because it was Bush Light posters all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
go, I go, "You have Busch
You're in
Light?"
Missouri.
Yeah, I
Of
go,
course.
do you guys have Bush Light? They looked at me. You from out of town? Plus, it was only like $1 or $1.50. I'm like, man, that was
Oh yeah. That's like the Keystone Light, right?
yeah.
You got Keystone Light. It's the same thing as what Bush and Natural Light are.
Oh, Mike's
They're
not a
the
fan.
bottom of the barrel Bud Lights put in a different can. It's the same thing with Keystone Light. It's a bottom of barrel Coors Light that they put in another can.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys ever come to St. Louis, they have the brewery, and you can go tour it, and they give you free beer, 2 free beers at the end.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I mean, little cups, but it's free beer.
You can walk through. You can see the Clydesdales, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. You know, they had that down at SeaWorld in San Antonio at one point too. The Beer University, they called it. Had some of the Clydesdales down there, and we went through and did their class. I even got a certificate somewhere that said I was a beer connoisseur, or I'd gone to the Beer University and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is after I'd been in Germany for 4 years, mind you. They bring me out those little 6 little cups and say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do taste tests, and we'll tell you why this is this and this is this." And they hand me one. It's like, oh, good Lord, that's worse than a nasty Pilsner. And I got, nope. He said, yeah, that one was underaged. Grab the other one. I was like, that's actually pretty. Well, that's actually overaged. I said, I know about 4 million Germans that would disagree with you on that one, but okay. And, we went through it, but those 6 things wouldn't even get you thinking about getting tipsy. So I'm like, okay, guys, whatever.
Yeah.
So, who's playing in the halftime show this year, by the way?
Somebody I never even heard of.
Me neither. Kendrick Lamar and AZ or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, wow. AZ. Wow, I got to tune in now. I don't know.
I don't know who they are, but I got to watch that.
All I know is there's some sort of beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. That's all I know.
Okay. You
never heard any of their
more
words.
than I do. I've never heard a Drake song in my life.
I've never heard of Kendrick Lamar or a Drake.
Neither have I.
When Krista probably has. She's got the girls.
Yeah. I never heard of them. My girls don't listen to that.
No, they don't. Okay.
What do they listen to K-pop?
They actually, believe it or not, they like some of that stuff, but they like country music, believe it or not.
Oh,
really?
So they do bow down to their queen.
There you go. They're not a fan of her, though. That I will say.
No.
They're not a fan of her. No.
You ever hear the rumors, by the way, speaking of like paranormal stuff, you ever hear the rumors of her getting involved in like covens of like witchcraft and dark magic and like hoodoo?
That's Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
No, I've been hearing some stuff on the grapevine about her, man.
Yeah, well,
she's involved in some dark stuff.
I want to tell you what, they chew her up and spit her out.
Well, unfortunately, I don't know how true it is, and I don't want to change topics again, but it's like she's involved with Jay-Z, who's supposedly,
right,
all about P. Diddy. I mean, supposedly, I'm not going to say I don't know if he is or isn't, but
allegedly, yes.
Allegedly,
yes.
So if that's the case, she's been with this guy, for a long time. So she's obviously, if that's true, she has to be involved in weird stuff.
Right. Right. So going back years, who is the best halftime show you guys can remember?
Oh, yes.
Prince.
Yes.
I was going to say Prince. I remember Prince. That was a good one.
I like Prince, and it started raining during Purple Rain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty amazing.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Do you remember when Janet Jackson had her mishap?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Her and Timberlake.
Yeah, the greatest nip slip in the universe is what I call it.
At one point, that was the most rewound clip.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, think about it. They kept saying, "Oh, it was a wardrobe malfunction."
Yeah,
no, what? He was wearing.
Oh, wait, hold on. Look at what Brian just said regarding Taylor Swift and her parents, her true parents, Anton Sandor LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan,
Wow.
who was married to Carol Lansing.
Wow.
Nice tidbit.
I need to look into this.
Krista, did you know that Taylor Swift has a relative that lives here in St. Louis?
Yeah, and it's by Lindenwood here in St. Charles, actually.
Yeah.
It's a grandmother or something.
I heard an aunt, and she spends time at Plaza Frontenac.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Yep.
I will not be going there to see her.
No.
Honestly, I could kind of see the resemblance.
Really?
Oh, wow. Really?
Now I've got Purple Rain going through my head. So
yeah.
You know what, though? Now, way back. I vaguely remember, and I don't know if it's true or not, but I have to go back and look. I could swear ZZ Top played the halftime.
They did.
show. And ZZ Top is one of my.
Oh, that would have been a good. I don't recall that one.
It's been a long time ago. Like, I got to Google that.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay. Well,
You guys, what do you guys think of? Purple Rain or
1997 Super Bowl 31.
there you go. I thought they did.
Okay.
Yep.
hmm
What did you guys think about Michael Jackson?
I've always liked Michael Jackson.
Now, I like Michael Jackson. I'm not gonna say
For that show, that was a great production. Honestly, they did a great production with it.
No, I do like MJ, despite the other. Yeah,
You think he's really dead?
Yes. I've heard that crap
I did see Elvis in Kalamazoo last week, though.
He's only 85.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, he's 80. Wait, 30.
Yeah,
88,
Michael's
close to 90.
That's a shame about Prince dying.
Yeah, I really like
Yeah.
Prince. I still like Prince, and I actually have Prince on my playlist.
Mm-hmm.
He is still, to me, the most underrated guitarist of all time.
Yeah, great guitar.
Absolutely.
You gotta
Mhm.
check out that when he does that. You know what I'm talking about? He played that song by the Beatles.
The Beatles. Yeah, the
I can't-
tribute
like-
to George.
Yeah, man, he jams it at the end.
Yeah, and they didn't even let he wasn't even on stage for the rehearsal for that. They
Yeah,
wouldn't let anybody know about it until he showed up and started playing.
Yeah,
So all that right there was with no rehearsal at all.
and he just ripped it off.
Yeah.
Played like
I
a
used to
jazz
tell
song.
people in that video, he's sitting there playing, and at the end when they finally finish, he throws the guitar up, and walks away.
Yeah,
I said, you just saw a guitar god throw the guitar all the way up, and it never came back down.
yeah.
By the way, I just did a side-by-side photo of Anton LaVey and Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can see it.
Look at the
I
eyes.
can see
Ooh,
it.
look at the
Totally.
nose. Wow.
Huh.
I could kind of see it. Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you what. No
Yep,
kidding
that was it.
aside,
Deborah.
that's pretty eerily creepy.
Yeah.
I'm with Mike that year that they had the Black Eyed Peas was probably
That was
one of the
bad.
worst.
Yeah.
It wasn't great. It wasn't great
No.
at all.
Mm-mm.
In my mind, they haven't had a good halftime in a long time.
No, I
Not
agree.
really.
They
Since
need
the
to
Who,
bring some old ones back, like from our time. Put some like AC/DC halftime show. That'd be a great halftime show.
yeah, but there's only two of them left.
Well, they could get fill-ins for just the halftime show.
Mhm, mhm.
Do you guys remember? And I don't know if I remember this one. I don't think I remember it. What's that one girl, Lady Gaga? Was that any good? I don't remember that. Was that
I'll tell
good?
you
or
what.
no?
She was
Did she do
okay.
a halftime? Did she do a halftime show?
I forgot.
I think she did. I think she
Either
did.
way, I like most of the shows she does because the girl's a musical genius. She really is. I mean, does she get stupid in some of her antics and stuff? Maybe, but
So this is who Brian is saying. Hold on. He says, look at Carol, Anton LaVey's wife, and then look at Taylor Swift. Go look them up and post a picture of splitting image. So I went and found a picture of Carol LaVey, Anton LaVey's wife.
Nuh-uh.
Oh wow!
Yeah, she looks.
Holy cow.
you're kidding.
And then him and her.
Dang.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
That's
see it.
crazy.
And this isn't public knowledge. Why?
Yeah.
It is now.
Well, yeah, it's
Because-
our little community
Fi-
here, but
because Taylor said it ain't true, and everybody believes her.
Mhm.
yeah.
Wow. Lady Gaga was on Super Bowl 51 halftime show.
Was it 51? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been almost 10 years, really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's 8 years back, right there. So dang, this doesn't seem as like I don't remember. Number one, I don't remember being on it because, like I said, I was probably drunk anyway. So
I don't remember. Krista has a good point too. I don't remember any true rock and rollers being out playing the
Aerosmith was on.
They're around
yeah,
it.
Aerosmith.
That would have been a great one.
Now, didn't
Yeah.
they get joined by Run DMC though?
Yeah.
They did that. That was
Yes,
pretty
okay.
cool.
That was cool.
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
Brian
that
also
one. And then you
says-
had,
And if you recall, Swift said her parents were involved in the church, but she never said what type of church. We need to get Brian on here. We need to do like rock music conspiracy theories. That would be an excellent.
Right.
well, they had the Who one year, They had the Rolling Stones. So
that was Super Bowl I, I think.
Yeah, no. Nice try. It's been in the last 5 years. What was amazing is they did the Rolling Stones when I was like, are these guys even alive still?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like they were dead up there, especially Keith Richards.
So we never did answer the question. This one that we're going to watch tomorrow, this halftime show, like who they are, what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I won't be tuning in.
I'm not going to watch it.
Kendrick Lamar.
That's time. That's a good time to get him go to the bathroom, isn't it?
Exactly.
That that it really is. A lot of this. I'll be honest with you guys. If I like the artist performing, I would wait. But I usually at the halftime. Because back in I haven't really been to too many Super Bowl parties, I must say. Even if I've gone usually I just go by my brothers and we just chill out like we do on every Sunday. But when I used to go back at the Super Bowl parties, that was a time when you hung out with the 20 people that were there. Just you went up to the bar in the house and drank, and you didn't really watch it.
So I just asked my kid about the halftime show, and what's his name again? Kendrick Lamar. She said, I love him. So, excuse me, I lied to y'all earlier.
He's a W.
A who?
A W.
What is that?
That means really good.
Oh, he's a W, she said, and that means really good.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
A W?
I don't understand kids speak no more.
Did
No. Neither.
Hey, do the kids just still do this show? The W song?
Here, can you see
Yeah,
this?
there you go.
Can you see this, Ava?
The kids still do that?
They do that.
Okay.
What's that?
Oh, I thought that meant they were Wonder Woman fans. No.
Hey, you got a ghost behind there. I see a
They're
ghost.
like, yeah,
Wait,
Wonder
no,
Woman
no.
5, baby. Themyscira in the house. No, they're not about that.
Ava, you make brownies tonight?
No, I made cookies yesterday, 2 days ago, though. I made like 50 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, what kind?
Chocolate chip.
No, can't talk.
Wait, chocolate chip or chocolate chunk?
Chocolate chip.
Okay. I mean, it's still good. Still good.
Yeah.
I'm bringing brownies.
She said to tell you she's going to bring you brownies to the conference.
Just
All right.
Thank
good.
you.
Just for Paul. She's just
Thank
said.
you.
There, Shade Viking. What's up?
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
So
Are we
wait, you
done
never
talking about
did
the
explain. You
halftime
never
yet?
did. What's up?
Are we talking about halftime still?
Yeah, we've been talking about. Oh, he's watching the UFC fights. Actually, see, I'm not into sports, but I'm actually very much into. I was one of the OG MMA fans, and my brother and I, we would have like UFC MMA parties. Those were pretty epic. Those were fun. It's fun to like be in a party with a bunch of dudes drinking beer, eating food, and all of a sudden, in the middle, out of nowhere, some dude just gets knocked out. There's blood everywhere. That's why I don't watch baseball or football. It's just balls. I don't care about that. I just want to watch like straight up violence.
So watch hockey. Get into
Hockey.
hockey.
Yeah, hockey.
Yeah, but hockey, you got to be in the ring. You got to be in the ring to watch hockey. Really.
I
That's
love
the best way
hockey
to
at
watch
the
it.
rink. I tell you
Yeah.
what, I love football on TV. I prefer football on television versus going to the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But hockey at the arena
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
the best, and baseball is too, because you can walk around the park
Yeah.
and have a good time. That's cool as well.
End up people
But-
watching.
but- yes,
Yeah.
but for any sport, hockey, that's number one for me.
So speaking of hockey, my nephew plays hockey and he's 11. So tomorrow morning at 9:30, we're going to a hockey game. And them little 11-year-olds, I'm not kidding. They can be just as violent as the adults. Like the first game I ever went to, he was like 8. And I'm like, whoa, these are little kids. And it's just progressed as he's gotten older.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, my nephew's all
Love
the
that
time.
chaos.
Penalty
Love
box.
the chaos. Yeah.
There's one hockey club here. I believe it's Afton Athletics. I think they're known for being a really rough, all ages,
Yeah.
really rough hockey team.
Mhm.
Because my son played when he was 8, but he had a heart problem, so he couldn't play long anyway.
Mhm.
And they were kind of rough then too. So
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys, like, now harken back to your younger years when we were like young people back then. Now we all know what your favorite sports are to watch. What are your actual favorite sports to play? Are they the same or are they different?
I played football for 2 years in high school and 1 year of baseball in high
Is
school.
it the most fun for you personally to play football?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. Baseball was more fun than football for me personally.
Hmm.
But I loved football. Don't get me wrong. I was
What
just not
position did
big
you
enough.
play?
On football, I played cornerback,
Hmm.
and in baseball, I played center field. I love baseball because you didn't have to be 6'5". You could be
Right. Right.
Dodgeball. I like that.
What about you, Paul? What was your personal favorite sport to play? Like, what was the most fun for you?
I played soccer for like 15 years.
Oh God, I
That's
gotta
the
leave.
most fun.
I'm leaving early, Donnie. Now soccer.
Oh, he's a soccer
Oh,
hater?
you're coming up with all this stuff.
Yo, why you gotta be a
You're the
soccer
weirdest
hater,
fan.
BMR?
Now you like soccer. Soccer's not a sport. It's not recognized.
Oh, well,
Jeez.
no. Oh, no.
I'm kidding you, Paul. I know.
I know.
You knew you were gonna get
BMR,
that.
do you watch
I know.
the World Cup when it's on?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I know BMR watches World Cup. You watch World Cup, right, Rob?
If I'm,
It's
if I'm clicking off of a commercial.
Oh, you don't follow World Cup? That's the biggest sporting event
I
in the
think-
world.
in the
That's
world,
bigger than the
Yeah, I
Olympics.
know it
Yeah.
is. I know it's bigger than the Super Bowl. People have been telling me. I don't like that it lasts 6 months. It seems like it does.
yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hmm.
But it's coming here in
Great Vikings
26.
into
So
Olympic hockey.
That's going to be all over the place.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you what's that shade Viking? Yeah, what was that Al Michaels famous
The miracle.
Miracle
Do you
on
believe
Ice.
in miracles?
Do you believe in miracles? That was awesome. I did watch all of that. That was
Yeah.
sweet.
That movie gives me chills. I know how it ends, but I still get chills.
yeah,
Every time
and
I
then
watch
knowing Herb Brooks died before it came out too,
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
that sucked.
Yeah. But I played soccer for years, but now I'm a hockey, football,
Hmm.
baseball fan.
Hey, do you guys ever read the history of lacrosse, like about how the how it came from the Native Americans, right?
I didn't know
Let me
that.
think. No,
Yeah, it comes from the Native Americans, right? And
okay.
but basically their version of it was kind of ridiculous because instead of a typical lacrosse field, it was an area like square miles, and they would go up against other members of tribes. Basically, what they would do instead of actually going to war. So you'd have one tribe go up against dudes from another tribe, and they would have the lacrosse like sticks and the balls. But the field was just an entire landscape, like 20 miles, and they would have to like intercept each other like in the middle of the woods, steal the ball and run it back. And I'm like, that's a pretty crazy sport. I don't know if we got to try playing it like the old school way. That seems kind of ridiculous.
Mhm.
So let me ask you guys one question here. With all the new changes in the new rules in football and in baseball, I think I know what Randy's answer is.
But
It sucks now, doesn't it?
It's not fun to watch. It's
No.
not fun to watch no more.
No.
Now don't get me wrong. I'm with you as far as that. But the reason they're coming up with this stuff is because people just thought running 90 miles an hour and bashing your head into somebody at breakneck speed when they're not even ready to protect themselves has brought it to this point. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong. In the old days, there were hard hits and stuff, but most of those guys knew how to protect themselves, and the people making the hits knew how hard they could hit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
people
just
weren't hurt, you know?
I just
didn't see
remember old school football when the wide receiver running across the middle meets the safety who's
You gotta lay
barreling
it
down
out,
at him.
man. You
Yeah,
gotta lay it out.
that's part of the game, and they're taking that all away.
That old Ronnie Lott would have been thrown out of every game.
Oh, you ain't just kidding.
The entire Steeler defense of the 70s would have been kicked
Yep.
out. You
Yep.
know?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yep.
Jack Lambert would have been fined $500 million by the time his career was over.
Yeah. I just think all these new rules protecting the quarterback, protecting the players, and all that. I just think that's
Well, I think the quarterback. I'm not going to say anything about Patrick Mahomes, but
They did the same thing with Brady. It was the
You
same
know.
thing.
Patrick Mahomes is sneaky. He runs, you know how he does down the sideline, slows up and takes off. You know, come on, you can't play that. You can't
Kind
play
of
both
fake
sides of the ball.
slide.
I didn't like in baseball. Thinking of baseball, I never liked that idea that in extra innings a man starts at second base.
Hated that.
Isn't that stupid?
No.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
They haven't brought it into the actual games yet, though. It's just been in that spring training, right?
No, they did it last
they do it. Started last year, Randy.
Yeah.
They're also going to get rid of umpires and use a digital umpire.
Screw that.
I don't want to see
Screw
that
that.
either.
I won't watch.
No.
That's part of the fun of the game.
Yeah,
the
take
human
away
error is part of the fun of the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Donnie, they're gonna have a plate, a computerized plate. I don't know when this they supposedly it's coming, going to be here soon.
It's already in the minors.
The umpires
they're
call
using it.
balls and strikes back to the plate. They're going to have a plate. They're going to have some sort of technology set up where it'll call the precise strikes and balls. It'll never. I guess it's kind of good in a way because you'll never miss. But then again, who knows?
Yeah.
It's not fun either. I like when a guy throws a fastball outside by 3 inches. They call it a strike. This makes the game genuine. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that they're still going to have the umpires behind the plate, but I think it's going to be like in tennis when there's a call that the player can argue.
You got that judge, but then they have that computer analysis. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it's going to be like.
We'll see, but I'm not. That's kind of
yeah.
All the stuff they did with the pitch clock and all that other stuff to speed it up, all that's going to do is slow it right back down.
Yeah. I watched a lot of tennis because of my ex. She was really into tennis, and so
hey man, when I was 13,
had to watch it with her. Yeah.
Hey man, when I was a kid, man, 10 through 9 through high school, I watched all the sports. Didn't matter what it was. I loved every sport.
Tennis, all of it.
I cannot watch golf though.
Chris, I was saying, I don't like watching golf. We used to watch Tiger Woods because he was, a phenom, but other than that, not really.
No, I can't even play golf. That shouldn't even be a sport.
It is, trust me, and I do it on a regular basis.
Really?
People love golf, Krista. People love
pretty
golf.
It's not my thing.
Love golf, yeah.
But when you get older, though, the knees start going.
Why they play golf?
Yeah.
I like to sit around the car and just drink beer.
That's it right there. Well, we used to call it. We run around. We play whack fuck. Whack fuck.
Yeah. I love those little YouTube or the TikTok videos. We're playing a game of whack fuck here.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, I usually play golf better when I'm drunk.
Oh yeah, you gotta have aiming fluid.
Same with bowling. I play bowling better when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I play video games better when I'm drunk.
Yeah. I got a strike one time in the opposite lane, the next lane over from me. One time,
that usually gets you thrown out of the bowling alley, doesn't it?
I don't remember that. If I did or not.
That's funny.
Krista, what's your favorite sport to play personally?
I haven't played it in a long time, but I used to like volleyball.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. I like that one as well.
It's amazing watching those college volleyball girls play. Good God, they could tear it up.
Yeah.
Yep. They can get vicious too.
Oh, you ain't just kidding.
I like that beach volleyball as well on the sand.
Of course you do, Rob.
What?
Of course. Yeah.
For the sport of it. For the sport of it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it has a completely different dynamic when it's on sand. It's harder to move.
It
requires more effort to
absolutely right, Donnie.
And when they're giving each other the person that's up by the net, when she's given the signal behind her back, they have to show. I like that's that's part of the game.
It's very strategic.
Tactics.
It's a lot more strategic.
Yeah, it's like the more badass version of volleyball. The other volleyball's all boring. It's indoors. It's like hunting for Bigfoot. You want to do that indoors? No, you want to be out in nature.
The beach volleyball combines athleticism, grace, a little bit of style, and fashion, all in one.
Plus, they got to work under the sun. They got to deal with the elements.
Yeah.
Sweating.
During the Olympics this last time, though, they had that one group that came in. I can't remember if they were Australian or New Zealanders. They didn't want to go in bikinis. They had bodysuits they wanted to wear. They told them they could not play if they weren't in bikinis.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's just breaking with tradition. How dare they disrespect?
You know what, though? Okay, so here's my 2 cents on that. So they knew when they started playing that kind of volleyball, it was a bikini thing. So they're too soft. Just You started out with it, just finish with it. You
Mhm.
you know, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah.
So just shut up and move on, or get out of the sport.
But I mean, honestly, I don't give a rat's ass what they actually play in. I really couldn't care less as long as they're playing the sport like they're
And
supposed
I'm not
to.
just trying to see bikinis for the sake of bikinis, because there's plenty of sports where bikinis should not be involved, right? At all. Like sumo
A
wrestling.
bunch of them.
Yeah, sumo wrestling.
Yeah.
I totally
That's the
agree.
one sport where bikinis absolutely do not belong.
Especially not the G-string.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, no.
They need robes.
I
They need
couldn't agree with
robes.
you
Keep
more, Donnie.
bikinis as far away from that sport as possible. Is all I gotta
Those
say.
Okay,
dudes
but now
those guys have to wear those plastic suits that
the sumos.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and think about those girls that are playing the beach volleyball that have to wear the bikinis. Think about the last one you looked at that was playing that game, other than the Brazilian women that actually filled out those bikinis to start with.
Mm.
Oh, now we got silence. Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm wondering though, is there a male's beach volleyball? It's like
Yes, there is.
guys.
It's
So do
actually
the guys?
pro.
Do they wear banana hammocks?
So, a lot of them do.
They do.
Yeah, I don't.
I've never seen
I mean,
it.
only fair. It's fair enough, right? The dudes have to wear banana hammocks.
Most of them I see wear the surf shorts.
Like Speedos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, they have
And
to
tank
wear
tops.
hammocks.
The
It's
standard.
fair.
If they're wearing
It's fair.
speedos, I would just
Equity.
I turn
Yeah.
that off, man. I ain't watching it.
I got to be honest with you, like men and like that.
It's a turn off, isn't it, Kristen?
It is. As
Banana hammocks.
a woman thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her junk like that.
Yeah, banana hammocks only work if they're like super shredded and they're all shaved and like all oiled up, and just
don't
like you
work
can
very
see all
well.
the striations.
Well, I'm glad it's time for me to bow out of
striations.
here. I got a couple things I need
Yeah, I'm about
to
to say
do.
this is going off the rail quick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I lose you guys when I start talking about
well, I got to prepare
striations.
some. Yeah, I'm.
I'll be there in a few minutes, Rob.
Yeah, I got to prepare some.
Bigfoot's got striations. It's just underneath all that fur.
Hey, everybody, this was a fun show. We'll have to do it. We'll do it next Super
Oh
Bowl.
wait, Rob, you're definitely coming next week. We're doing the watch along. It's going to be a good one. I picked this just for you.
I think I'll be home. So, the watch along I want for the movie night.
Yeah.
Okay,
next
cool.
week.
Yeah, I'll be home. Yeah, all right.
I made the selection just for you, Rob. You got to show up.
Very good. I'll be there.
Yeah. I
All right.
specifically had Rob in mind because
All
I know
right.
his favorite movie is Jaws. So I'm like,
I know what this show is going to be
I
about.
got
All right,
an
I won't
idea.
give it up yet. All right,
I'll
sorry.
be over there in a minute.
All right,
See you, Rob.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, we'll just chill out for a couple more minutes before we sign off because I know you guys have to go off to Rob's show. Can I just add?
don't.
Well, can I just add while we're talking about sports, the one sport I wish they would absolutely bring back, Roman gladiators. I want them to bring that back.
Yeah.
I think our society is ready for it.
You think so?
I think we're ready for it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think our
I know
society.
a lot of people like to see people in them. Yeah.
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 Wouldn't you watch if you had a time machine and you were back in Rome? You saw the Colosseum going on. Would you take a seat? Check it out.
Depends if it was
I
a
don't know.
Lion Day or not.
Yeah.
Watching innocent people getting torn apart would probably not be something I would want to do, spend my time doing.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to see who the best gladiator was, though. I'd be really curious about that. Like, who was their Michael Jordan? How good was that guy?
Yeah.
Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Could be the guy named Marathon.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say it was Spartacus, but I don't think Spartacus was like the super uber champion like that.
I'm Spartacus.
Yeah.
I kept thinking that too. I'm Spartacus.
Mm-hmm.
Spartacus. I'm Spartacus. I'm Batman.
I mean, if you think about it, if you look at our NFL and our Super Bowl, it's basically just Roman gladiators, just the modernized, evolved version of it.
Yeah, for the most part.
It really is. It really is.
It was a few years ago until they tamed it down. Yeah, now it's the not so roughest sport in the world.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, do you know the
I
history
remember-
behind the gladiators? Do you know why it stopped or how it actually became unpopular?
Mm-mm.
There wasn't no crazy like crash or any major change to society other than the fact that it's because the Romans started getting way more into chariot racing. Like they treated chariot racing like we treat NASCAR, and they were all about the chariot racing. And eventually, the chariot racing was so much more popular than gladiators. That's the reason why Roman gladiators eventually died off.
Wow.
Everyone got obsessed with chariot racing.
Should have died off with the Gladiator movie.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Interesting.
I actually like NASCAR though. Just saying.
Wait,
Oh, Krista, wait. Let me ask you a sports question.
What?
Wait, Krista, I got a sports question to ask you specifically because I know you're a big horse person, right? You're into horses. What are your thoughts on the whole sport of horse racing? Are you into it? Are you like what are your thoughts? Do you watch it like Kentucky Derby and all that? And
I'm not against it. I don't mind it. I don't really watch it. I'm not a bettor, like a gambler. So I'm not really into that. However,
do you watch it for the horses though, because they're like so amazing? Like
so St. Louis actually does have horse races. And years ago when I was a kid, you could get in there and I would go with my dad because my dad, my stepmom, they like to go to that kind of stuff. And so me personally, I would bet by the horse's name or how pretty they were. But I'm not against anything like that. I think it's kind of cool. There's, some pretty good horse stuff.
So what's your favorite, I'm sorry. What's your favorite horse related sport to watch? Because I know there's a
water polo.
For me,
water polo? Those horses can swim like that?
They can.
Oh, damn.
I like the chuck races. Chuck wagon races.
Oh, they just had a.
Oh my God! That if you've never seen that, you got to watch a video on that. That kid,
chuck wagon races.
They just had a bad wreck here there at the Fort Worth Stock Show the other day. It was ugly.
Yeah.
Really?
They can really wipe out. Yeah. Oh yeah. People can get hurt. Horses get hurt, but man, it keeps you on your toes. It's kind of like a NASCAR thing,
Oh yeah, wow. That was worse than any NASCAR I'd seen, and I hadn't seen the wagon races go that bad in a long, long time.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. Chuck wagon races are pretty cool. I like watching them, and actually, I just like the good old, bull riding too.
Do you like bull riding? Oh, okay.
DVR is going on its own right now. It just doesn't even need rodeo with them anymore. Really, they do their own thing.
We always go to there's a fair here. Close to me. We always go watch the rodeo, the county rodeos and stuff.
What about those like horse jumping events?
No,
equestrian?
Not into that at all.
Equestrian?
I think those are all yuppie people who wish they knew how to ride horses.
Yeah.
Oh.
They ride with English saddles, and you cannot ride a horse. And then they wonder why they don't stay on their horse because they're on an English saddle. So
no,
those are wannabes.
Yeah. My ex-in-laws used to have horses and stuff, and they would actually watch horse racing to see what horses were going to be for sale soon. I guess the horses that would finish dead last and stuff, and that's why they would watch it. So
Yep. Well, I better hop off here. I better hop over to Rob's. Get ready.
All right. You all have fun tonight.
Have fun.
Thanks for having me, Donnie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll see you next week here for the watch along.
Of course, I wouldn't miss it. Yep,
cool.
I'll be here. See you guys.
Watch along next week, guys. All right, so I guess we got a few more minutes to kill. Final thoughts on the Super Bowl, gentlemen?
I think it's going to be a fun game.
Let me change the question real quick. Not the Super Bowl. Let me rephrase. Let me do over on the question. Final thoughts on this season or this year of football, the 2024 season.
It sucked.
Depending on the fan base, yes, it sucked.
Why did it suck, Randy? Why did it suck?
Well, number one, the Cowboys suck right from the get-go. But the whole play of the game itself has just people want to say, "Oh, it's evolving." No, it's pussifying, is what it is.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with that, and I think it's only going to get worse. Over the next few years, I don't think it's ever going to go back to the way it used to be when people would just get annihilated on kickoffs and stuff like that. And I guess that's okay if they're happy with it. I don't think they're going to be making as much. Well, I guess hell yeah, they will. People still watch it and everything.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the Dallas Cowboys. Like I said, you're not going to do anything until you take money out of dadgum Jerry Jones's hand. That means you're not going to go to the games. You're not going to do it. No, these idiots are going to sit there going, "Oh, I'm still a Cowboys fan." No, you're not. If you're going to do this, he's going to keep making money. He's going to keep doing what he wants because he's still making money.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
exactly, and still handing out stupid contracts. And yeah.
There's no common sense to his method at all.
No. I've never seen a situation like I've heard from you and other people out in Dallas that the owner is in such control of everything. I mean, he controls who plays. Really?
A lot of times, he'll make a phone call down.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: there's been one other person in the history of the NFL that's been like that. One other. Al Davis.
Al Davis, yep. Well, he was a coach too, wasn't he?
At one point, he made himself coach. Yes.
Yeah.
How did he do as coach?
Oh, he made himself the head coach.
No, but when he was the head coach, how did he do?
I don't remember.
It was like 50-50. He was like 500 team while he was coaching.
Yeah.
That was before he brought in Madden, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right. But, in other sports, I mean, you see, I know the Cardinals at one point had a manager who was also the general manager. I know there's been hockey coaches who have been head coaches and general managers.
Player
coaches. Yeah. You don't see that. I don't think you're going to see that anymore. Maybe in some of the minor sports, like indoor soccer or stuff like that, you'll see that, but not in like professional baseball or football. You're never going to see that.
Not like
I want to see one asshole who's the owner who makes himself the coach and a player. I want to see that guy one day.
I think if Jerry Jones was younger, I think he would be the one that would do that. He would definitely be the one that does that. Be the coach and player and owner and all that shit.
And I'm still going to hope that the hire Brian Schottenheimer turns out okay. Okay, don't get me wrong. I want him to do well. I really do. But I think he's hamstrung already. Anybody takes that job, as long as Jerry's in charge, is hamstrung.
Yeah, the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, as long as Jerry Jones is around, has to be 100% a yes man.
Yep.
He has no control over anything. The head coach, nothing. He's just a title.
Damn.
But
I'm sorry, Paul. So, question back to you then. What was this season to you?
I thought it was very interesting. Like Randy said, it's not fun football as much when you don't have the big hits and you have to protect the quarterback and if just little touch on the quarterback, 15-yard penalty. Not to bring back the Detroit Lions and stuff. I thought as much injuries as they had on the defensive side, I thought as good as they played despite all those injuries, I thought that this was going to be their year. I mean, they were still a pretty decent defense for being so injured as they were. I thought for sure this was good. Yeah, exactly. And I thought that, going into the conference or going into the playoffs, they had the first week bye. I thought they were the team that was going to benefit from that, and it was the exact opposite.
And they needed it. They needed it too.
But all in all, I think it was an okay year. And with the Chiefs, I honestly, I don't really care who wins tomorrow. If the Chiefs win, I don't care. I'm not going to be upset. I just, I don't. If they win, it's going to be, the refs gave it to them. The refs, helped them win and stuff. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. I just want somebody else to win it. And if another team would have been there, I'd root against the Chiefs. I mean, I'm fine. But yeah, Nemo. Yeah, flag football is the future. Yeah.
It's already in the Pro Bowl. So
yeah.
Well, as bad as we make it out with the Chiefs and the refs and all that stuff like they're talking about now, they said the same thing about it with the Patriots and Brady.
Uh-huh.
They said the same thing about Aikman and the Cowboys. They said the same thing about every quote unquote dynasty that's ever been there. Oh, the refs are just helping them out. That's because they either are very good at not getting caught or, the game's fast paced. I mean, I can understand like the slide on Mahomes, when he slid and they hit each other instead of hitting him, why they would have, because they heard the crack of the helmet. They thought he hit. Then you got to go back and look. Well, I guess that's not reviewable, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't make any sense why it wouldn't be.
Yeah. I mean, I think, they have the play assist or the spot assist or whatever with everything. Why can't they just make that? I mean, next year, I'm sure they will because of what happened this year. Yeah. But they really need to. But unfortunately, that's going to slow the game down even more.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited for March Madness? That's coming soon. That's
I actually get excited for March Madness. I love March Madness. That's like my favorite. That's basketball to me. That is one and you're done. I mean, you got to go in and you got to win, period. So when we get a good Cinderella, I really get into it. You know what I mean?
I really don't like basketball much at all, but that's really the only time that I pay attention to it.
March Madness.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I would actually sit through and watch a complete game on my own. I mean, I will watch like the championship game and everything.
Yeah.
But I certainly do follow it. I'll watch highlights and stuff. Whereas any other
time, is there a
team
you root for?
Not really.
No.
Not
Wait,
really.
who's the team? Who's your team for the NFL? I don't think
mine. Yeah. I really don't have a favorite team. I guess it depends on the year.
You don't have a loyalty or a bias?
That was taken away from me when the Cardinals left here. Because
when did they leave?
85, I believe it was.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
You've been without a loyal team since then?
Yeah. I mean, when you grow up really getting interested in football and then your team moves, then you just get the games of the week, and which is different each time.
Different team then, like
I love
like that.
No, I like the underdogs. I like when Detroit's coming from nothing to where they are today. I liked when the Rams were terrible and then they won the Super Bowl here, and now I wish that they would be terrible all the time. The same thing with the Cincinnati Bengals. It's what I like in football is the parity. And it seems like there's not one team usually that's really, really bad. Unfortunately,
they all have a chance.
Yeah. And that's what I like watching. I don't know how it's
supposed to be though.
That's what free agency was, and the salary cap's supposed to make happen.
Yeah. I mean, you're still going to get teams that are like 1-17 or whatever. Who is it? Carolina or Jacksonville was like that, or somebody.
Carolina this year.
Yeah, Carolina. But
Bears wasn't too much better.
Yeah.
Mike Bothwell asked, "What's your favorite sports game to play on a PS5?" Well, I don't play too many games on a PS5. I do own a PS5. Actually, no. My favorite sports game to play on PS5 is Rocket League. My favorite sports game of all time would have to be Fight Night Champion. I like boxing. Yeah, I've always been into boxing and MMA and wrestling. So
I used to play
I'm a sports fan myself, just different sports. Yeah. That's it. You know,
The
just-
PS1, PS2. I used
Yeah.
to play the old Ready to Rumble games.
Mm-hmm.
those
Yeah.
are classics. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also did love me like NBA Jam.
Well, yeah.
You guys remember that in the arcade? I did
Oh,
love
yeah.
me some Tecmo Bowl.
Oh yeah.
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 Did you
Well,
guys
yeah.
ever get into like those Madden games?
Oh yeah.
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 I had several of them. I didn't get them every year, but I had several of them.
Yeah. You couldn't live on the difference between the majority of them.
No.
Yeah. I mean, it comes out every year. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah. And expensive.
Yeah.
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 I used to get
Time consuming.
the NCAA, the EA NCAA, which is basically NCAA version of Madden.
Yeah.
And I would literally sit there and I do dynasty mode with it every time.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And then it got boring. I mean, I'm like, okay.
They're just now bringing that back, aren't they? Didn't they bring that back last year?
Oh, no idea. Cause all these NILs, they're probably bringing it back so they can actually use the names of the kids that are
Yeah,
out
that's
there
true.
now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
So I think we'll end it here, guys. We'll call it a night. But
All right.
tune in next week. You guys are all joining me next week, right? For the
Yes,
movie
sir.
watch along?
Yep.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
be here.
It's gonna be a
Yes,
good
sir.
one. I just actually last night I actually watched the movie just to make sure it was still what I remembered.
Mhm.
It's even better than I remembered.
Exactly.
man.
This is the same one you said before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
it's
need to
cool.
bring me some
Yeah.
of the tail that I'm going to be eating at the
Oh,
time.
it's gonna be a grand old time. This is gonna be a good movie. I'll tell you backstage what the movie is, Paul.
I know what it is.
Oh, you already know what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
you send it out to everybody.
Yeah, send it out there. Yeah.
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 Oh man, it's gonna be a good one.
Mhm.
All right, folks. With that, yeah, I hope you had fun. Oh man, 11 people in the chat. My show is thumping.
How many did you have earlier?
I don't know, 15.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Seemed like there was more than that way it was going earlier.
No, man, I had like 20 something in other shows. But other shows, I talk about Bigfoot and shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about too much about Bigfoot or Dogman. So people are like, man, fuck this.
Well, you did say
I
big
like
man in football or Bigfoot in football.
Yeah, I was trying to keep some people
Yeah.
hooked in, Got to give them
Well,
a reason to stay.
Like tomorrow
Yeah.
night, I'm not doing the Truth or Tinfoil because it's right
Yeah.
smack dab when Super Bowl starts, right? So it's like
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and put up against that, but I'm thinking about doing one where we do a live reaction to the commercials.
New Avir's right.
Ooh.
When the chicks leave, everyone leaves. Oh, you're doing live reactions to the commercials?
I'm
That would be
thinking about
fun.
doing a live reaction to the commercials just for shits and giggles.
So I heard something that they're playing all the commercials on regular TV throughout this weekend.
I have no idea, but I'm not going to.
Speaking of the commercials,
I think somebody said they were out on YouTube too.
Yeah.
I actually almost forgot to bring up last night. Jason, he messaged me. It was like fucking late. I was like, Jesus, past your bedtime, dude. But anyway, he messages me and he's like, dude, Elon Musk, he bought up 5 Super Bowl spots, 30-second spots, like premiere as commercials on the Super Bowl, and it's just going to be him like dumping all this shit that Doge found out when they started going through all the books and just like announcing it to the country as Super Bowl ads.
Well, that ought to be fun.
Holy shit, that will be interesting.
Yep.
Well, yeah, considering a federal judge just shut him down, so
We'll
Yeah.
see.
That'll be it's a lot of money too. I mean, he's got it, but that's
He's got the money, man. He's got the
Jesus.
money.
yeah.
yeah, put that Poindexter on my dadgum TV and see
All
what
this
happens.
USAID shit coming out now, and then
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
Doge has been looking at everyone's books, and he's just going to use the Super Bowl to announce his findings of like who's been embezzling what. I'm like, man. Okay, well, let's see it happen. I'm
Yeah,
curious.
I want to see what's
Dude,
what's
I
gonna be
want fucking
omitted.
Donald J. Trump to buy up a Super Bowl ad and come on and be like, ladies and gentlemen of America, this is what's up with UFOs. And bam, he just announces a full disclosure right there in the middle of the fucking Super Bowl. He spills the beans on Area 51.
That would be a cool halftime show.
Yeah, it would actually. with a drone.
I'd pay
flyover.
money for that. I'd stop what I was doing to watch that shit.
Hell yeah.
Could you
Hell
imagine?
yeah. That would be the ultimate halftime. That would be the ultimate halftime. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys have to keep me posted. Like if because I don't have like traditional like TV or cable, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it. But you gotta let me know if some weird shit from Elon Musk comes out tomorrow.
Will do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be streaming it or not. So
I'm real interested in seeing if he actually pulls it off. I mean, apparently, this is what Jason told me last night. I'm just going off what. But damn, if he manages,
is it on
to do
NBC or is it on CBS or what this year?
It's on Fox. It's on
Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're friendly to the administration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Well, Fox News is anyway. Fox News isn't owned by the same people, so. I'm trying to think.
Man, just like Kansas City, not being in Kansas.
Yeah, pretty much.
God damn it.
I wonder if they'll put it on Hulu.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be on Hulu.
Yeah, it should be on Hulu, so you might be able to watch it on that.
But I'd definitely be interested in watching that. Man, I wish. I know, like, there's, not to get political, because I'm not a supporter nor a detractor of any one side or party. Like, I'm not pro-right or pro-left myself. I consider myself very independent.
I'm very anti-stupidity.
The one thing that I do find encouraging about Trump is that maybe we might actually get some shit coming out about UFOs.
Maybe.
I can see he would be the one that gets it done, I think.
He'll be the one that like just blabs it out. Yep, we got an alien in our basement. It's right here.
Yeah.
If any president does it, it's him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then he has to have the aides to tell him that. I don't know that the party, whatever, whoever's in charge of all this shit, if they would allow that to happen, though.
Well, considering the leader of the Republican Party is his daughter-in-law, I think he's covered.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's covered. Anyway, yes, disclosure's coming, guys. Hold on to hope. It's
we got 4 years. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, I guess we'll leave it at that, folks. Have a good night. I hope you enjoy. Stay safe. Don't get too crazy. Super Bowl tomorrow. The weather's going to be pretty shitty for a lot of people because there's all those storms coming through. So don't let nothing too ridiculous happen. And now Greg Ogle shows up just as I'm signing out.
Of course.
Great timing.
But don't worry, guys. We'll see you all. Hop on over to Rob's. I think he's starting in 2 minutes. I'll be in the chat with you. Yep. And I guess, Paul, you'll be there. Randy?
I'll be there for a little bit. I got to get something to eat, too.
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my bed.
All right.
I'm going fishing in the morning. So.
And stream.